Learn how to compost for home and garden with Extension Agent Trevor Hilton.
Hi, I'm Trevor Hilton, courtesy agent from Florida A&M University, working here in Wakulla County. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about composting. Every day we create over 200 million pounds of waste, a lot of which can be recycled. One of the best ways of recycling some of this waste is through composting. Most of your kitchen scraps are compostable. These include all your vegetable peels and probably not so much your orange rinds, because they are a little bit harder to compost, but your coffee grounds with the filter, all of those can go into your compost pile. However, do not compost meats, oils, mayonnaise, because these things are going to attract insects and other critters that you don't want in your compost pile, and they will also cause offensive odor. The four key elements for good composting is carbon, nitrogen, air, and water. These elements have to come together in the right proportion in order for you to have good compost. Having a few twigs will also help to increase the air space in your compost, as it creates that porosity so that there's more oxygen for the microbes to feed on. There are many ways you can compost. One could be as simple as digging a hole and burying the organic material in the hole. Or you can create a pile or use a manufactured composter, but there are just many different ways of doing it. There are many gadgets being sold to aid with your compostings, most of which work real well. However, you don't have to have a manufactured composter to make good compost. Something as simple as a piece of wire would work just fine. The key is to make sure that the critical space is no less than 3 cubic feet. So that means the diameter of this compost pile must be at least 3 cubic feet. Now, in order to make good compost, you need to start with a layer of brown stuff, which is your carbon, and you layer this, followed by a layer of green stuff, which is your nitrogen. You might want to consider adding some soil, as this would act as an inoculant and bring in the needed microbes to your compost pile. Then, of course, you want to make sure that you add some moisture to your compost pile. When you compost, you can run into a few problems. If, for example, your compost starts to smelling, then it could be due to the fact that there's too much moisture. You might want to go ahead and add some more dry stuff. If your compost pile is not heating up as it should, then it's because the pile is probably too small, or there is not enough moisture. Or another possibility is that there is not enough green stuff in your compost pile. So think about doing this, and from time to time turn your compost. This would definitely help by adding more air space in your compost. One last point. Remember, anytime your garden needs watering, your compost pile needs watering.
Contact your local extension office to learn more about composting and other gardening topics.